Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for another Euro 2020 watch-along between Spain and Poland. It's a big game as well. I think I've done something foolish earlier and not done the Portugal-Germany game. I thought it'd be a dead rubber, and nothing really singing about sort of game. Yeah, 6-goal thriller. Nothing to miss out on really, was there? But yeah. As promised, I'm back for the Poland, Spain versus Poland game. Lewandowski for obviously Poland, Szczesny and all that. All the household names you know from there. Spain as well, the young, vibrant Spain, apparently the next generation. Failed to, how can I put it? Not inspire, but get people off their seats like the old Spain used to. It's not now, even since that stream I did against between Spain and Sweden, I've been saying it's a bit, how can I put it, bizarre that literally who would have thought back in 2010, in 2008, 2012, and the 2010 World Cups with the Euros respectively, who would have thought back then that fast forward to now, the Spain team the next generation Spain team would be so far away from what we were seeing back then. And Spain could be in trouble. If they don't win tonight, they could be going into the final game having to win. If they don't win, they could even come fourth in their group, the way it is at the moment. I doubt that'll happen, but the possibility is there if they don't win tonight. And the thing is that, I mean, they got lucky against Sweden because Sweden obviously a younger team and they're not really, in terms of experience, like Poland having the attack sense side of things. Poland, this is their fourth Euro in a row now, and yeah, as we all know, they've got Lewandowski up front. These guys, if Spain get caught napping in the defence, Poland will take their chances, no doubt about it. We also, Warren is on his way. I've sent him the link. Obviously, if he does get a bit of a bad spell, because he had COVID, his second jab yesterday. So if he takes a bit of a dodgy spell, obviously he will have to go off and get some rest. Oh dear. This could potentially be a really, as I said, really, really big game. Well, not just Poland, but for Spain. As I said, they lose today. Even if they draw, it's not good enough. They stay third with a game to spare. And then knowing they're only going to a game high pressure where you have to win to guarantee, because even then third itself, because with the points they have at the moment in third, they're nowhere near the top four third best teams that would automatically go through to the first knockout rounds. So yeah, they literally will have so much pressure put on them that knowing they have to win that game against Slovakia. And Slovakia have shown in the first two games they ain't going to be no pushover either. So we potentially see an upset of sorts and seeing Spain getting knocked out at the group stage. And if that happens, that's what I was saying earlier. What does that actually mean for Luis Enrique, former Barcelona manager, who's sent a massive statement out to Spain and Madrid, obviously, by not picking a single player in his entire squad from the Real Madrid team. He put massive pressure. Him doing that put pressure on himself already. The fact that they don't get out the group stage or go deep into the tournament, after all the aggro bringing him back in the first place, would the Spanish FA panic and press the eject button and look elsewhere for another plan, basically, and all that? Like we've been doing a lot of the stuff that they've been doing since obviously the breakdown of that great Spain team back in 2012. In 2014 technically, because 2014 when they just disbanded and had an absolute nightmare of a tournament as World Cup champions and double European champions as well. But you know what I'm saying. Teams are on their way out. By the way, referees have gone out first in Spain, and now Poland literally is not far behind them. Lewandowski and Szczesny leading the line for Poland, in the sense of leading the team out, I mean. And also Spain, yet again, Spain have got, the Spanish national team have got a bit of an advantage here. They're playing on home turf in Sevilla. Oh dear. We will touch on, obviously, we'll go back onto the Germany-Portugal game and what that result means for the group and the possible implications of that final match day now in that group. What could happen? The ins and outs. Oh dear. If I disappear for 2 seconds going that way, it's just to get my phone so I can also do my bit in promoting this stream out as well. So don't, because it's like, fuck it. Can't be asked. And all that crap. You go with that. Just going for the national anthems now. While we're doing that, I'm going to get my tabs all up and ready. As I've been doing regularly during this tournament so far. Get my words out. Studio. I don't think I fucking turned on what's name, did I? Need to do that now before I forget. I can't remember if I did or not. I don't think I did. You 5,500 in that video, by the way, the other day. I did. Nope, got to turn it on now before I forget in case I do get lucky. YouTube algorithm at some point. Also, guys, don't forget to smash that like button as well. Leave a massive like. And obviously share and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Alpha's joined us. Big up, Alpha. Ain't seen you for a while, consistently wise. Yeah, I'm not. Obviously, in response to your question, not too bad. Bit meh, but not too bad. Nothing major. Just a bit zapped, really. All the graft, all the hours we've been putting on this channel for the past 8 days since the tournament started. Fucking hell, the hours myself and others have been putting in, just took it out of me. I'm fucking feeling it today. Hence why I broke it up. I sort of decided to break it down. Did the France-Hungary game, didn't do the Portugal-Germany one. Let Scott do that on his channel. And then I'm now doing this Spain versus Poland one. Sort of wanted to break it down. Obviously from tomorrow onwards, it's a lot easier to manage the games and all that because they're all going to be in one hit now. The match day 3 is literally one group one day, and then one group tomorrow. It's Group A tomorrow, Group B and C on Monday, and England's group on Tuesday. I'll double check it as well. I think Wednesdays and obviously the following have a couple of groups, and then 2 groups, two different groups. One at 5 o'clock, one at 8 o'clock. And I think Thursday might be the last group, I think. Something like that. But because in that sense, of them the group itself, them games are all at the same time. I can do double. I can do duo. Basically double watch-alongs in one go. Two games at the same time. TV. Get me a tablet up as well. Get that set up as well. Fully charged and ready to go. The main game on the TV, and then obviously the one we're just keeping an eye on. Basically, just part of that group that could have implications. That group that can be on that one. Oh yeah. Heads up on Wednesday. Burger King are closing. We're doing a free Whopper day. Okay. You're having me on. You've got to be having me on because you're saying the next one is. Plus, you've heard a new flavour. No, and I wouldn't even want to even try that. If that was even real, I would not even entertain that. That sounds horrible. Absolutely rancid. No disrespect, but fucking hell, of all the flavour you could go with, going for fucking strawberries and cream. Whose idea was that? Poland going 3 at the back, or 3 in attack, but 5 as a defence. How you been anyway, Alpha? As I said, I haven't really seen much of you recently. You pop in every now and then, and you obviously off you go. So yeah, there's a bit of a quick catch up before everyone else pops up. Get scoreboard ready. Is it Spain? I'm saying, but see, it's actually kicking off the game, isn't it? Poland, okay. Come on, take your time. Jesus Christ, you're all there. And we're off. There we go. Yeah, I do look bad under the eyes. Jesus Christ. I do sleep, honestly. Oh, there we are off and running. I don't think Alpha didn't like my recent comment about the Doritos thing, if that's true or not. Because he just disappeared. Oh, there you got to laugh. You don't laugh, you cry. Obviously, Morata, for some reason, is starting. I don't get why Luis Enrique publicly showing blind faith in Morata. When, with all due respect, he isn't good enough to be leading the line for Spain on his own. I've got to be brutally honest. The only place where he's looked half decent is in Italy with Juventus at Serie A, in both spells. It's only because he's like a super sub, basically. He's not like the first team, like first 11 playing pretty much all the time, unless they're absolutely desperate. Oh, giving it away there. Oh, Poland. Is that a penalty? Oh, that's got to be VAR check, surely. From my angle, I couldn't tell exactly yes or no. That's the way the ref. That's the way play on, but VAR, I've got to be checking that out, surely. I don't know what's going on, if it's been checked or not. And the reason I don't know, guys, is because I've got to have my volume down so low I can barely hear it. Because otherwise, if the stream picks up any sound from the commentary or whatever, I'll either have BBC come after me, or UEFA, or both, and they'll shut the channel down, and I'll get if they don't shut it down, they'll put a ban on me. I won't be able to do live streams like was it over month, like 2 months. Roscott, sorry, not Russ. When he was like the first and only appearance he's made on the channel, that's because literally came on for the Arsenal Chelsea game for Watchalong back in December, and it all went to crap basically. Even though it was on my stream, and the sound I was always picking up, they linked it back to his channel, and he got done for it. Mark Darby, big up, Mark. I haven't seen you for again. Another one I haven't seen for a while. How you doing, Mark? Obviously, I hope you're keeping well and all that, and enjoying the Arsenal free summer so far. Oh dear. Not even heard much from himself or the others in the group chat over on Facebook, because basically everyone's just quiet now. I don't think people have understood that you can actually talk on the group chat. If you want to talk to people, you can do that. You don't have to talk about Arsenal all the time. It's gone quite, obviously a dead season now. Gone. Initially, that was very active as well at one point. And then, as I said, as the season went on, and it was pretty much dead. Near the end of the season, it's just, group chats just went very, very quiet. But yeah. Yeah, it's good to see you again anyway, in the chat. I was going to say, can't have a go for you fucking hit the ball, cheeky bastards. Opponent got a free kick just in centre circle, and they passed it back. Of course, they don't go forward, don't. This could be a scrappy game, I can tell already. 5 minutes in. Yeah, I feel you. All good, working hard and having a stress-free summer of Arsenal. I feel you. I feel the pain. Even with the Arsenal, with obviously having an Arsenal channel, so that's podcast. It's so good to do Arsenal or Arsenal previews or reviews for matches and all that, and all the jazz that comes with it, basically. Then all during the season, I'm gonna sort of take a break from it, so to speak, to an extent. And thank fuck for the Euros. Otherwise, if we didn't have the Euros, I know for a fact I would be getting drove mad to do daily transfer shows, and I can't. As I said, I'll do transfer shows on the channel. Don't get me wrong. I'll do one tomorrow. Hopefully, got time to do it. But I'm not gonna do. I can't do daily. Ooh, shot from Poland there. Who was that? 14. Can't get his name. Once there. See, I can't get his name. I say now. Yeah, but yeah, as I was saying, I can't do fucking daily fucking transfer update shows. That will do my loafing. With all due respect, it will drive you mad talking about the same story basically every fucking day. The same link every day, or every now and then, every other day, a new link will come forward, and then I talk about that. I'd rather talk about things that are pretty much gonna be done. If it makes sense. As in, it's 100% we are going for the player. It's not just a link. We are actually attempting to buy the said player, or attempting to sell said player, or attempting to tie down the player to a new contract, etc. I don't do it. Just do my head in. I drive myself mad. I drive fucking you guys mad, doing the same show every day, talk about the same thing every day for the entire summer. That would just go. So as it stands, whilst it's Windows only just open, so it's slow and steady. I'm going to do one show a week, and in terms of Arsenal transfer stuff and Arsenal business in general, like new contract deals like Tierney and all that. I'll do that once, if it does pick up and we start getting a bit more rampant on a consistent day-to-day basis. Then obviously I'll add an extra show in and this, that, that, make it from one show to 2 shows a week or whatever, depending how heavy the Arsenal are going in the transfer market or whatever. If that makes sense. Got another Mark in the chat. Got 2 Marks now in the chat. Mark Green, big up Greenie, says, "Evening, Ryan. Big up everyone. Yeah, hope you're keeping well, mate." And how did the last night go down in the household with England v Scotland? And Mark's then come up saying, "What are we going to do with this £250 million windfall? Wake up, because it's just the same PR bollocks. Get a new PR team. That's the one. Because no way has suddenly fucking Stan and Josh gone, you know what? If we put our own money in, you might get a return and double or quadruple our investment." They won't do that. That's too smart. Come on, you got to give them some credit. They don't have any brains. For businessmen, they don't have actual business brains. Even I've been saying for fucking years, if you own a club and your club is what you, in terms of a club, right, in terms of sporting franchises, whatever, you own a franchise as they see it, and it's doing well. It's doing fantastic. It's winning league. It's competing and winning league titles. It's competing for big prize in Europe, like aka the Champions League, things like that. And maybe every now and then winning one of them. Yeah. Your portfolio as an owner goes through the roof. Your investment, the money you've put into the club to get the club to that point, i.e., investing in not transfers in the club in general, you're going to make back in tenfold. If you're not investing, how the hell can you make a profit? If you're telling your the person you've got running the show that he's got to sell certain assets to bring in new assets, that's not really making a profit, because the assets we might have brought in, the ones we're trying to sell, we might have brought in the first place, we'll probably sell at a loss just to get new faces in. And also, because of how bad we are as a club, the price of players anyways just goes straight as soon as they signed for us. Their values, it just goes. So you're not getting the return you would get if you're invested in installing a winning mentality by doing things like in demanding success instead of mid-table mediocrity, what we're seeing at the moment. It seeps down to the entire board, coaching staff, players, a lot. We don't see this bollocks. We see what we see. We would see what we're seeing at Chelsea over the last 15, 16 years. It was okay. Scotland didn't lose. Or win for that matter. Jesus Christ. That would have been interesting. Near the household. Oh dear. I've got it's also been asked, even though I said about having an Arsenal channel and semi-been Arsenal mindset free, basically, within reason, basically. I can also sort of, because I like other sports, other than obviously yours, but other sports like rugby, and you've got the Olympics, and all, I can sort of watch them, sit back and watch them and all that, and just switch off that way as well. If I want to. I'm not literally on the edge of my seat every day going, what have Arsenal done today? What have Arsenal done today? I'm not literally, if you go on my social media, on my Twitter, it's going across the screen there, literally. I don't really go on it. I don't really go, I'm not on there every day going, every fucking second of the day, tweeting random crap about Arsenal or anything in general. When I do tweet, I tweet out. I put a random tweet out. It's once in a blue moon. I don't go, all right, give it a couple of hours, back on again. I'm not. I can switch off. Some people just can't switch off for some reason, and that's people with or without Arsenal channels or podcasts. Oh, here we go. It's been interesting. Oh, Lewandowski's got one over. Oh, I got away with that one there, Spain. So does Spain every time. It's not just Poland, but obviously Sweden the other night. Whenever they face an attack, they look suspect as fuck. Taib joined us. Big up, Taib, as well. How you doing, my friend? Haven't seen you for a while. Oh dear, ow. Ryan's gained some more subs then. That's amazing. Yeah, I've made a few. That mainly, to be fair, that's mainly down to the upload I did on what night was it? It was fucking 2:00 in the morning. I was going from. I couldn't sleep. Oh, what day was it? This week, I think it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday morning, like Tuesday night. That's Wednesday morning. On Wednesday, first, I think it was Wednesday. Basically Wednesday morning. Basically 2:00 in the morning. I was going through my social media. I saw the video that obviously partly was needing to do that upload, and I was like, "Oh fuck it, you know what? Can't sleep." Instead of just seeing it stewing on it and just going do what everyone else does. Oh, tweet. I just did a video, put a video together on it. And again, it was maybe I saw that clip as well from Don Robbie's watch-along thing when Holland played Ukraine? No, it was Holland. Was it? It wasn't Ukraine. I can't remember who it was now. Someone gets Ukraine versus someone. I can't remember who it was now. But basically, yeah, when fucking Charlene, new AFTV regular, one of the newbies, was there the guest along with Ty, and Robbie's in the middle on his little fucking Don Robbie chair bollocks. Fucking, oh well, this team won, and you were Team Ukraine, so, and there was a forfeit in place. No, I don't remember that. Well, guess what? You've now got to drink alcohol. Something you don't do. Something you probably told us you don't do for religious reasons. But we're going to fucking come on here now and basically get in your face with 2 bottles of beer, and goad you on and make you feel this small and this uncomfortable. And yeah, once I did that upload, initially it was just not. It's got the normal numbers initially in terms of views and all that, and then suddenly, I'm trying to think now. About 4 o'clock in the afternoon that day on Wednesday, it's just banged since. The numbers are still growing on it really, in terms of views. I've got over 100 likes on it. A few dislikes compared. 100 likes and like nearly 5,500 views. And that's where I believe that's where most of the new subs have come along from. I mean, I've got a few from doing these watch-alongs as well. But again, not to be sound ungrateful, just not to the level. I'll be honest, I was expecting doing this, being as regular at these watch-alongs throughout this tournament so far. I was expecting, to be honest, and it's not just me, it's others as well. I'm not going to throw them under the bus or anything, but we've discussed it off air and private and all that, and yeah, we're thinking, you know what, Euros, but we're then talking into it, and obviously, like you guys have said in the chat as well, it's like, is it more so down to the fact that we've had football rammed down our throats for nearly a year? Because it's obviously I think it's literally a year today. What day is it today? Date was, trying to think now. It's nearly a year to the day when obviously the Premier League return came about, and obviously we had that to deal, that whole month and a half of football rammed down our throats, and then literally August 1st was the FA Cup final, and then August 1st till September 11th or something like that, whenever it was, with a little break, like 3 to 4 week break, or whatever it was, 4.5 week break, whatever. And then the Premier League's been rammed down, I think, for the last 9 months. Then we had the Champions League final a week later, and then after that we've had a 3 week break from the Champions League final to this. So maybe people around Europe, not just in England but around Europe, are just fucking sick of it being rammed down our throats. I think to be honest, we'll probably get, in terms of news, a bigger volume of new subs and views for the pre-season games this summer. Oh, is this it for Spain? No. Got rid of it. Oh, that was stupid. Nothing Dusk is on the attack. Was it 1v1? Oh my God, he's 1v1. He's got to hold it. I'll get a foul. Draw the foul. No. Apparently not. Apparently, Nothing Dusk didn't get fouled, but he fouled someone else, apparently. Okay. What was that around my mates who is Scottish? They couldn't believe how shit England were. 8 English, 4 Scots, and 2 were half English and half Scottish. Oh my God. So it was undecided who'd shout for. Fucking hell. The ones that are half Scottish and English were fucking covered no matter what then. Even though, as I say, I'm born and raised in England, I'm English first and foremost, as I keep telling you guys, I've got Scottish, Irish, and Welsh blood in me. Immediate bloodline wise, from my Welsh from my dad, Scottish and Irish from my mum's side, her dad and mum. So again, I would have been. I'm technically covered, no matter who would have won last night. But the fact it's a draw, and again, as I say, I'm going to support England more than anyone else. Obviously, being that I've been born and raised here and all that. But I was covered either way. But it's just a bit of a ball ache that's having to watch England and not enjoy it and go back to fucking Arsenal in a few months' time and go, yeah, back to normal again. That lasted long. I'm watching England. Oh dear. I want to get your guys' thoughts actually while you're still there. I do want to get your thoughts on the transfer gossip. And part of another reason why I want to do obviously a stream tomorrow based on Arsenal and the transfers and all that is we got news yesterday that Arsenal agreed a deal with Tierney, a new 5-year contract with Tierney. And then today it's been even more reported heavily in big media outlets, basically here in the UK. In terms of actually getting players to sign contracts, it doesn't look like we're having a problem with the likes of Saka and Martinelli last year. Apparently, Smith Rowe's signed a new contract, but it hasn't been hasn't been officially confirmed. What's it? Fabrizio told us that I'm trying to think now, about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. He said he tweeted out about that basically we've been in talks with Smith Rowe and his representative since March and all that crap, and basically pen to paper was basically just days away and all that. It was basically everything was agreed, just had to officially sign it. So I think it's been officially signed. It's just again Arsenal being Arsenal, not saying anything. I don't get why I haven't said anything because he's not. Again, Smith Rowe he's not playing for England in his Euros or anything, and obviously the under-21s weapon there and all that crap. So I don't get why they're not announcing that ASAP and all that. But then we also to add into that, we're now hearing obviously that Tierney's on a new 5-year contract with a bit of a push up in wages as well. Not a major push, but a little bit of a push up in wages. I just hope that we're doing this. I hope in the sense of we're doing it for the right reasons, in the sense of we are looking to sort of get these little niggles in Tierney's and Smith Rowe's injury pattern fucking seasons out of the way now. We do need a sort of medical team out and fix that ASAP. Well, I doubt France will win. I said France won't win the Euros. I've been saying for a while they won't win it. They'll get far semi-finals at least, but they won't win it. I think between Italy and Germany are good result today for Germany. Don't get me wrong, but when they play the better teams, because Portugal, they're shown today, bar Ronaldo, they're still an average team from an improvement from what they were in 2016. They're improving in that they've used the Euro win back in 2016 as a leap board to sort of a springboard to push on, but they haven't done it enough. And without Cristiano, they are still an average basic team, really. Decent players, but just play average as a whole, basically. If that makes sense. So I'm not going to really run away with Germany, but Italy. I've said for a while, about 6-7 months now. I said I think you'll win this tournament. In fact, they're literally 29 games undefeated, 10 games over 1,000 hours of gameplay without conceding a goal. That's all that's actually want to hear going into a tournament. They've continued it. They've kept the clean sheets. They've won games. The way they've been playing it is fantastic. Pleasing on the eye and obviously professional. But again, professional. They don't just go all gun ho and hope for the best. They'll attack, but it's done in a way where they're covered. If they lose the ball, they're covered basically in the midfield and defence. So yeah, again, I'm going for it. I think Italy will still just have enough. France proved today why I don't believe they'll win it. I think they walked out on that pitch and thought they'd already won. Had that arrogance about them. Again, rightly so as a world champions, but get the job done. Don't just cross the line and think you've won it before you've kicked the ball. And that second half, I mean, they scored the goal. Don't get me wrong, but they were poor in that second half, with all due respect, compared to the first half. And Hungary was just unlucky. But again, that group is set up perfectly for the upcoming week, upcoming few days ahead. 1-0. Is it offside? It's got to be offside. Flag's gone up. Obviously, they'll check it just to make sure. But it would have been if it wasn't offside, that would be a Spain goal. I mean, whilst I've been rabbiting on, no, just Jesus, just by the hairline, Morata was offside there. But as I was saying, whilst I was rabbiting on, literally Spain have grown into this game a bit more. Again, pretty much what they did. Oh, here we go. They are checking it. They've been given. I think the goal's been given. The goal has been given. Spain have actually scored. Okay. Did look a tad offside, like literally smidgens of offside. But then again, I'm going by what I'm used to in fucking Premier League wise. But yeah, Spain are 1-up. Again, to be fair, as I said, whilst I've been rabbiting on for the last 10-15 minutes, Spain have got more doing what they did at Sweden, sort of trying to strangle the life out of the opposition and just go and go and go, and then literally out of nothing, really, in the sense of there's no real like, oh, it's going to happen any time now, mate, thing like in your head. Just a set of Gerard. Literally, I'd say he had a shot. He looked the way he shaped himself up to have a shot, but obviously it fell to Morata, and Morata just tapped it in the bottom corner. So Poland are now 1-0 down. The thing is, Poland did start the game really well, actually, for the opening exchanges, and literally had more. They were getting their foot on the ball and getting stuck in and trying to put the fights up fucking Spain. And I said, every time Spain looked to defend, they look fucking shaky as fuck. It's good to know I've bored you all off, by the way. But Mark was there. I'm going to read your comment. He said, should give Tierney the captaincy as well. I can 100% agree with you. The only thing is now, well, has Morata, not Morata, I'm my fucking head now. Has Arteta got the balls to go to Aubameyang and say, well, you know what, sorry, mate, for the best, we think this doing this now, take the armband off you and giving it to Tierney may benefit you better down the line. Does he have the balls to do it? No, maybe that might upset not just Aubameyang, but the core of his friendship, basically. All people fucking kiss his ass and think that sounds like his backside. I don't think he would. Or I don't think he does have the balls. He should. But I don't think he will. I think if Aubameyang isn't going anywhere, he's obviously staying on for next season, he'll remain the captain. But obviously, we are hearing, again, going back to that leadership, like the captaincy thing, we are hearing that they're looking to reshape the leadership group. Obviously, now David Luiz is gone. Ozil's part of that. He's pissing off. Looks like Xhaka's going past his new and all that. So they're looking to reshape it. So maybe, and obviously Benjamin as well. So you know what? Maybe Tina will be vice captain for now, and then obviously once Benjamin does go, he'll then be upgraded straight away to captain. I don't know. Right, do you think that Embolo, who play? What do you think of Embolo who plays for Switzerland? God, again, good talent. In terms of, if you're asking me, would he? Should Arsenal sign him? Would he improve us? at this moment in time, we don't really. No, not really. In my opinion, good enough. It's a good player, but it's just not what we need at the moment. And that's if that makes sense. Oh, okay, there's a showing the VAR footage from the ball at the foot, and then he was onside. Okay, fair enough. Mark saying if Uber doesn't like it and sulks, sell him. Easy. So you say that, but we've got to then find someone that's gonna want to buy him and also pay his wages at the same fucking time. Because no way is he going to leave us now and fucking take a pay cut, is he? Let's be honest. Wherever he goes. But before people fucking see this, I'm going to throw the toys out the pram in the comments later on. Yes, if we sell Uber, talk about selling Uber. If we did sell Uber, it's not the end of the world. Last season proved that. Maybe people go, oh, maybe it was a one-off. It was a one-off. Maybe so, but at the end of the day, he's not getting any younger in his career. And let's be honest, we have got players that are capable of filling his boots long term, aka Gabriel Martinelli. You've just got to give him a chance. It's amazing what you can do, what things can happen if you give players a chance. I'm so faith in them. Oh dear. Rodrigo. Also, that's another thing about Luis Enrique. He's gone very. He had the option of playing Thiago or Rodrigo, and he went for Rodrigo in this game, which is a bit of a fucking Southgate move. Oh, I'll go defensive as defensive possible midfield. Of the option for an attacking midfield, a creator, and a defense-minded player. I'll go for the defense-minded player. Don't get me wrong, Rodrigo, even fucking call him fucking good player. Don't get me wrong. He's just, I don't know. In these sort of games, you can afford to take the risk and play nuts of Thiago and really go for it. It's the games when you're playing the likes of fucking maybe Germany or France or whatever. That's when you put Rodrigo in and you fucking set up shop and try and do him on a counter. Oh dear. I do need to get a fucking Bergkamp fucking poster thing back up at half time as well, so bear with me on that fucking with the shitty fucking humidity of this country that we're here in the UK we're having. The fucking magnets keep coming off the fucking wall base. Little magnet things you stick onto the sticker leaf bollocks. It keeps fucking sliding down the wall whenever it's muggy weather. It's just pissing me off now. Literally got woke up at all. I think now was it Wednesday night? AKA Thursday morning. Down. It might have been the night before. I can't remember now. No, it was the night before. Literally, as I was in that upload, went to sleep and all that. Afterwards, about 2 hours later, all I was a boom. And it got up, looked round, and it was fucking there. It was like, oh my days, fucking seriously. Didn't wake no one else up. Usually that sort of I can have the dogs going off on one and this, that, and the other. Nothing. Free kick Spain, by the way, literally on the edge of the D as well. So this could be interesting who takes it and goes for it, because whoever's going to take it's going for it. Oh, for the Real's guys going for it. Okay. Mahino. Wide of the post there. Went for the bender there, the low bender, and it literally skims the post. Mark saying in the chat, with all these players we are supposed to be buying, we have a 50 player first team squad. we have the biggest squad in the Premier League. the biggest, most expensive. If you think about it, more expensive than the fucking City's squad, and that's saying something in the sense of how much, with the amount of players we have, it'll be more expensive along their lines of fucking value wise. There's nothing to show for it, and we're still fucking finished 10th or something stupid. And I found it hard last year to fucking cut the team down from squad down from what he has to 25, 26 men. Oh, Lewandowski. Someone get in the box. Oh, unlucky. Lewandowski crosses it in, and I didn't see who actually went into contact, but they went to sort of tap it in at the near post in the air. And in the end, because the goalkeeper comes out, scares him a bit, and he fucking punts it over basically instead. Yeah. I wouldn't say good goalkeeping, but it did put the player off. Oh dear. 68% possession to Spain compared to 32. 4 attempts on goal to 2 on target for Spain. Nothing for Poland so far. But as I said at the start of the stream, Spain need to win this. So as it stands, obviously, this is good for them, obviously. Oh, got a booking. Glitch. Oh, not Tottenham. Fucking Leeds midfielder. Glitch. Okay. So it's been booked for Poland, but that's going to be interesting how they go on versus that game. But yeah, Spain. If Spain don't get anything but a win from this game, they are in dire trouble going into the final game of the group. Mark says Madison would be a great signing if we get him. And even though what I say in terms of his injury prone and all that, sometimes that does concern me. But you know what? I was like, me and Colin had this tonight. Me and Colin had this discussion last night based on Madison and all that, and he asked a simple question: would he come in and improve our squad? Simple enough. And yeah, he would. Let's be honest. He actually genuinely would. And he's the sort of player. I'll tell you once, he wants that sort of workhorse midfielder that runs around, does all the running around between helping out the defensive-minded midfielders and the attack. He's at that sort of link, but does all the running around in between it as well and all that crap. He's pretty proven it. You know what? Apart from a couple of players that we've been linked with, obviously from like the Unana from Ajax. And who else? There's someone else that we've been linked with as not Premier League player. But either way, pretty much everyone else we've been linked with, including Madison, are Premier League proven players. We haven't been seen or hearing that for fucking years. And I've been literally, as you guys know, I've been saying we need to go down the Premier League proven route. Even like during the whole of last season, I was saying it. We need to go down that route this summer. Sod what the fucking the younger generation is saying about, oh, he's not from Brazil. He's not this. He's not that flamboyant player I want. He's great on FIFA. We got to stop acting like that. Part of our it's in our DNA of our club. That 89 team. How many of them, signing-wise, players that brought in, were from the big clubs and things like big clubs and big names and this, that, and the other when they came to us? Lee Dixon and Steve Bold were from Stoke, Winterburn, Wimbledon, Perry Groves, Colchester. David Seaman came from QPR. Obviously, a couple of years later, I'm just saying, using David Seaman as an example as well. He came in a couple of seasons later, obviously. For the 91 the 91 team should have been double winning team, but they bottled it in the semi-final because Gaza did what he did. Was it Paul Merson and David Vocastle, Kevin Campbell coming through the ranks at the youth level? Paul Davis. Do I go on? Tony Adams, the club captain, came through the ranks. Was made captain by George Graham at the tender in his in literally his early 20s. Literally just turned 20, something like that. I think Keown came through. Didn't Keown come through? And obviously he got sold off and then brought back a few years later. Sold him and literally then brought him back from that club. He obviously went on to have the career that he had with us. But as I say, it's part of it's literally signing play. We can sign players that are domestically proven. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. We've done it before. We had success. I know it's different times, but still, Liverpool more recently under Klopp, his first full season, not his first full season, sorry, his first season in charge, not his first full season, but his first season when he came in. They ended the season in the 8th after getting battered by Unai's Sevilla in the Europa League. He then goes out in that summer and buys Sadio Mane, Gini Wijnaldum, by the way, had just been relegated from Newcastle and was hated and slated by the Newcastle fans because he just weren't putting a shift in here and there. He turned up for one game that season, basically, in their eyes, and that was it. Robertson as well, obviously Scotland captain, and he'd just been relegated with Hull City. And also, when I say Mane, he was at Southampton at the time, and he was it, and they were obviously Southampton or that mid-table sort of flirting every now and then with relegation here and there and everywhere. But the Premier League proven to an extent. Basically, they played Premier League football basically when they were brought in, and look where they are now. One of them, Gini Wijnaldum's now obviously gone off. He's gone off to play with PSG in the Champions League basically. Like it's to play for the next 3 or 4 years, and he's Holland's captain as well. Robertson, he's Scotland captain. He's one of the best left backs in the league and the world at the moment. Well, he was in the last season, had a bit of a fall off, but still. Trying to think that. And Sadio Mane is one of the best players in his position in Europe on his day. So it can be done. So when we're linked to these like some Madison and all, I'm not like, oh no, what are we doing? Why can't we? Oh, it's 1-1. Oh my! How did Lewandowski fuck that up as well in the rebound? Fucking hell! But I can't fucking remember what I was saying now. Russ is in the chat as well because good evening. Good evening. That's what I was saying. Literally, with the fact we've been linked to these Premier League proven players, I'm not going, oh, what are we doing? Because we do need to go down. We need to stop going down the fucking, oh, he's from Barcelona or he's at Bayern Munich, so he might do well for us. We can still do that, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't have to be a market signing from abroad. We can do market signings at home as well. We can bring the players in from our own league. It can be done. It should be done. But I'm not ruling out saying you can't buy players from abroad either. Obviously, you can do that, but it doesn't have to be every fucking signing in the fucking world. Every signing we ever make has to be from fucking who's going to be a first-team regular as well from abroad. It's just about having the recruitment in place and the right team in place to get the balance right. Ben White, I don't know whether he would improve us or not. Again, I'm on your side there. I'm still about it. Basically, for £50 million, you want if you're spending 50 million, if you're spending £50 million on a centre back, you want it to come in and be an improvement in what we've already got. And in terms of actual centre-backs, class of centre-backs now at Arsenal, bar Rob Holding, is he better than Mari? Is he better than Gabriel? On their days, I mean, when they're not, when obviously Gabriel didn't have, before he got COVID and all that, back end of last year. So yeah, is he better than Mari? Is he better than Gabriel? Is he? I'm trying to think. Who's the other one? Is he better than Saliba? Is he better than Mavropanos? I mean, Saliba and Mavropanos, we don't know because we haven't actually seen him in Arsenal colours. Well, Mavropanos we haven't seen in Arsenal colours for fucking 3 years now. I'm trying to think now. No, 2 years. It'd be obviously if he goes out again, it'd be 3 years. Since we've seen him in Arsenal, it's 2 years currently since we've seen him in Arsenal colours. That was briefly the end of the season, and he had one good game against United, and then the next game against Leicester got sent off, and he never saw him again. He's been loaned out ever since. Saliba, we haven't seen in Arsenal colours full stop, so again we can't judge it on that. But I'm just saying it as an example. The money we're fucking forking out, is he going to be an improvement? I mean, for me, obviously watching that we got round down our throats last season. You obviously in a more on a consistent basis, you've seen a lot more of players like Ben White more consistently live and all that than you would do in a highlight reel and all that on match of the day. No. And for me, it took him literally after all that hoo-ha fucking last season with him between Leeds and Brighton, where's he going to stay or go, whatever that crap. He didn't exactly hit the ground running, did he? It took him a good 5 to 6 months to sort of settle into the Premier League way of things, the pace of the Premier League, before he actually sort of settled. And even then, I'm still not convinced. If we buy him, he's going to be. Yeah, basically. I can't again. You can't really disagree. The money, again, you expect that the money. It's half time, by the way. Which was just gone. 1-0 Spain. But yeah, the money we spend. If we're going to spend £50 million on a centre back or £50 million on a player in general, you have to expect them to start, be a part of that starting 11. Not no matter what, but obviously straight in the first couple of games and all that. Unless they're injured, you give them a couple of games to see how they go, and obviously then you decide form-wise, based on form, if they're good enough or not, staying in as part of the 11. But you'd expect him to be first choice because of that money, that price tag. And obviously it's totally different playing for Arsenal. Yeah, there's that as well. Especially as the years go on, and now we're out of Europe completely now. But the longer we're out of Champions League, the pressure's always rising from not just from the fan base, from the media as well, for us to push back in and get ourselves back into that talk and back into the top four and things like that. The longer we're out of it, the more everyone else talks about it and puts more pressure on us. And can he cope with that sort of pressure on a week-to-week basis? And does he settle our defense? Does he help settle our defense in our goalkeeping situation as well? Because we don't know what's actually happening with Leno, if he's actually getting sold or not, and we don't know. Things have gone sort of quiet on the Andre Onana situation, the goalkeeper from Ajax. If we're going in for him or not. Hope you can hear me. Please, can you hear me? I can't go and check because my phone's over there. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up in the chat, and I'll continue. If I don't forget, which is probably highly likely. Oh, my days. So I'm waiting to check things on how we're doing on YouTube. Let's have a look. Refresh. Ow. Not good. Not really. 3 likes as well. Come on, guys. Let's smash them likes up as well. Okay, cool. And then O'Ryan, Onana, Ramsdale, who knows? I don't want Ramsdale. Fuck it. If we go and get Ramsdale after being linked with Onana and Matty Ryan, if we don't get Matty Ryan and Onana, we stick with Leno and bring in Ramsdale, we may as well fucking just give up now. The guy, Ramsdale, with all due respect, is not a good goalkeeper. The guy has been literally relegated back to back now, 2 different clubs. He literally replaced England's second choice goalkeeper. Ramsdale literally replaced Henderson, who was England's number 2 choice as Sheffield United goalkeeper last season, and they looked worse. Not just a little bit worse; they significantly worse. Seriously, it's pissing me off. Oh dear. Fuck's sake, I'm pissed off. I'm actually genuinely getting pissed off with this microphone now. Keeps disconnecting. He's plugged in and it keeps disconnecting. Nothing's touched it. It's just doing what it's doing. It's pissing me off now because it's disrupting my flow of the fucking conversation. Oh dear. Ow. Sorry. Literally dead shit on me. So no, Ramsdale's like hell is a no-go. You don't. I know I talk about get Premier League proven players, but get Premier League proven players that are going to improve us, not fucking just happy to be number 2 at Arsenal. And do the odd cup game here and there, fuck us over in that. Jesus Christ. Never rated him at Bournemouth. I thought it was bizarre that fucking the money that Sheffield United spent on him, they bought him last summer. Just no, you stay with fucking Sheffield now. You stick to the old level of Championship football. Stick to that. Mark says also goes on to say I'd rather buy Pope. I'm assuming you mean out of him and Ramsey, you'd rather buy Pope, or in general, I don't know. Yeah, Pope's not a bad. The thing is, Pope wouldn't be a bad shout. Be honest, he would actually improve us because he's good with his feet, and he's a tall goalkeeper with a presence, and he does command his box a bit more better than what we've got at the moment, anyway. But correct me if I'm so confused because when we brought Matty Ryan in back in January, I swore everyone said his contract was up in the summer, like this summer, not next summer, this summer. And now I'm hearing he's still got years left on his contract. That Celtic want him. They can offer him guaranteed first team football. Well, hang on, if we're getting rid of Leno anyway, no matter what happens, bring him. If we're getting rid of Leno, and for example, we're going for Andre Onana from Ajax, if we're going after him, go and get Onana if that's the case. But bring in Matty Ryan and give him the number one spot for the start of the season, basically. And if he does well in the meantime, he can, when Onana's available to be picked again, Onana can be on the bench and work. And there's not that going, oh, you're back now, so off you go, sort of thing. If Matty Ryan comes, obviously we bring him in on a permanent basis and go, you know what, start the season, you're the number 1, and see how we go from there. And if he does a fantastic job, and Arsenal as a whole has a fantastic start to the season, or great start, or whatever. Then you keep Matty Ryan as number 1, and then it allows Andre to settle in a bit more at the club in training and all that, and you can ease him in the Carling Cup and plus playing like the Carling Cup games, ease him in that way. You don't have to feel the pressure going. We've got to put him in because our current number 2 Van Arsen's fucking in goal, so he needs to fucking hurry him up. You can sort of go, okay, nice and cool, ease him in like they did when Leno came. Because Leno came, it was the idea to be number 1 that season, but not straight away. Petr Cech remained as number 1 at the start of the season. And obviously, he didn't obviously got injured against Watford that season, and then that sort of sped up the process a bit in terms of Leno becoming the number 1 properly. Sorry. But yeah, so they can do that. And if they don't go for another, they want to get Matty Ryan in, and you can't, look, you know what? We can't say yes or no if you're going to be number one, but we're bringing in another goalkeeper as well, and you two are going to fight it out. There's nothing wrong with healthy competition in that sense, if it benefits the club. Literally, you give one of them a sitting goal, the time frame. You give them a time frame. Look, you're number one for now. If by the end of that time frame, where Arsenal as a whole is doing well, but you are doing well as well in your performances, and we've got no reason to drop you. You will stay as number one. But if you drop off and you're not doing it, then you're in trouble. Then obviously, goalkeeper X will then come in and take your place. Again, nothing wrong with competition. It's just got to have the right players in place to provide that competition. That then we're not here sitting here going, oh, fuck, what's happened? He's dropped off. He's now been dropped. And we've got this idiot in goal. Things like, okay, with all due respect, Manarson and all that. Yeah, I thought he was out of contract as well this summer. That's what I was told. I was led to believe back in January, the whole last end of the season. We kept talking about it. Is that no one said different, but literally everyone was singing the same hymn sheet. That end of the season, his contract was up at Brighton, and it basically we would be signing him on a free basically. Now the season's up. He's obviously his loan spells on the first will be ending on the 30th of June. We're now in discussions to sign him permanently, but not for free. We have to pay a fee to Brighton because apparently he's got a year left on his contract. Apparently, it's like what? Seriously, mate? Is that the case? Just sign him fucking back in January to pay the extra $500,000, whatever you would have, half a million or whatever. Just get done with that in that case instead of doing this fucking prolong because now you just know. In terms of the Matty Ryan deal, if that's gonna happen, we're gonna drag the fucking hell out of that one all summer. Try and get the best price and all that crap. And in the process of trying to sign a number one, it's another number one goalkeeper, and sending Leno, dragging all three things at once, dragging it all out for that entire summer. Come the 13th, Friday the 13th of August. We're going to have this on our hand where Leno's still at the club and he's got to be number one for that game. Knowing he's not wanted at the club as well. And the only other alternative at the time could be Van Arsene. So what do you do? Oh, dear. James saying we're going to get 2 weeks of rain and bake again for God knows how long. I think literally, you say rain, but it's not the temperature. Again, the temperature in the UK isn't going to drop massively. I think the lowest we're going to get in temperature whilst it's raining is still around 18, 19. Just Googled it, Ryan. Out of contract next year. Okay. I don't know what people fucking got it around it's going this year then. I don't know. Either way, it's still again. We could for a few mil. We're gonna drag it, I know the club are going to drag it out. I mean, literally, in what could be the biggest summer. We keep saying it every year, but the biggest summer now out of Europe completely of Arsenal's life in the last 20 years. Biggest summer in that time frame, and Edu. It's on a family holiday in Portugal, for fuck's sake. But don't get me wrong. I'm all for people having time off with like their family and all that in the off season. But go and get your. But in Edu's case, he has a job where it entails him to be part of the recruitment team, i.e., bringing in players and getting rid of players and all that crap, right? So why could he not have his holiday? Once the season starts, once the window's closed. Once that window's closed and our business is done, Edu, go and have your holiday. Do whatever you want. The only person that should be having a holiday now is Mikel. Obviously, he's manager. He said, when we brought Arsene Wenger in all them years ago, the system we had back then was perfect because it allowed the manager, aka Arsene Wenger, to go to David Dean, who's basically what Edu is now, role was what he had to do, what he did back then, and what Edu has to do now. David Dean would go to him at some point near the end of the season and go, like, Arsene, have you got a list of me to go of players that you want me to go and bring in? Okay, and he'll go, obviously yes, and I'll go, okay, give me that list. You don't worry about the transfers. You go and enjoy yourself for a couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks, whatever. Come back refreshed and recharged and get ready for the new season, whatever, pre-season, this, that, and the other. I will do the business. I will go out there, talk to the respective clubs, or if the free agent's not Sol Campbell, speak to his agents and all that, and get the deals done for you, and go from there. That's what should be happening now. But Arteta is not Arteta. Edu is not. Edu is literally in Portugal on jet skis. For fuck's sake! What does that? What does that meant to tell us? That's the fan base about the mentality of this club. Oh dear. I won't be opposed. But the thing is, going back to your comment about Pope, Mark. How much do you reckon he'll be worth? Or not worth. How much do you reckon Burnley would ask for him, and would we pay it? Let's be honest. And again, remember, no matter what, he'd be our number one, so he'd have to play and all that crap. Brighton don't want him off. Fucking Potter's made it perfectly clear he believes in fucking Sanchez, and again, I don't rate Sanchez really. The goalkeeper for Brighton. I think he's dropped a bollock there, to be honest. But if we benefit from his dropping of his bollock in terms of getting Matty Ryan in, I'm not going to complain. Your response to my question, you said Pope. I would think 2025. No, what? That's the if that was the case, go and spend that. Go and get that 25 million. If money's no object, as we're being led to believe as well, there's a 250 million pound war chest bollocks. We have to believe that for once. If that is true, that's a drop in the ocean. Go and get him. He's Premier League proven. He's a good goalkeeper, potentially number one when he's fit. For England, I mean. There's scope for him to get better as a goalkeeper. Because of his age, there's still that scope for him to improve. And there's longevity there as well. Like when we brought David Seaman in, there's that long. We had him for, what was it, from 1990 all the way through to 2003? Yeah, summer 2003. So 13 years we had seen David Seaman. How do we word that? Because as I said, obviously David's surname, without being clipped up and gone, wee. Oh, he's far better than Pickford. And if fucking I'm better than Pickford, for fuck's sake. But I get what you're saying, yeah. Eddie spent the transfer man, yeah, gambling, for fuck's sake. Yeah, imagine that. Jesus Christ, I'd kill him. Listening to Rio F, he does speak some. We said this last night. This is Rio Ferdinand is the idiot on live TV. Went on BT Sport a couple of years ago on the Gunnar Solskjaer's into them. Went put the contract in front of him. Money's no object. He's done. Man United are back. Look how that fucking panned out. Have they won fuck all since? No. And then last night again, same energy to then was last night when he went, England going to win 4-0. I can't see Scotland scoring. We're too strong for them. We're going to batter them. An absolute knobber that he is. We are also back underway for the second half. Just kicked off as well. Yeah. He's an England international. And if he was fit, he's better. Yeah, this is the thing. We were hearing rumours that when he was obviously before he got injured, that he was going to dislodge Pickford for the Euros this year as number one, which I would have been on board for. Don't rate Pickford at all. I'm so happy we didn't sign him when we were linked with him more than years ago now. Oh dear. Fucking Sunderland must be running to the bank with that £50 million they got for him, by the way, from Everton. They must be running to the bank and laughing. Oh dear. Also, teams that obviously I didn't mention the first off, but now Spain are kicking from. I think now bear with me. From right to the left, they're attacking the left, and obviously vice versa for Poland. Gilmore's best player on the pitch, and the Chelsea reserve. Doesn't say much for us, does it? Yeah. Exactly. He was on the bench for the final, wasn't he? He didn't come on. I can't remember now. Champions League final, but yeah, he doesn't really feature under Tuchel. But as you said, he's a reserve. He's a young lad. He's not getting forced into the team like Lampard was trying to do at one point. He's actually Tuchel does like him by the looks of it. He's just easing him in. He's not going, "You're a great talent. Off you go." From he's basically doing what Pep's done with Foden over the last few years, in the sense of using sparingly here, there, and everywhere once in a blue moon, whilst having the more experienced players ahead of him. And once them players then will move on eventually or retire or whatever, then Billy will be ready to come in and fill that slot right in and be seamless, basically. That's what I mean, not a first teamer, yeah. I know what you meant, yeah, I was just reconfirming it. Oh, all these bastard fucking shit on me, like, fuck off. Doing my head in recently. The joys of fucking getting fucking sunburn on your back. To deal with the aftermath for fucking days on end. Oh dear, I've got 10 people or 11 people watching now. Yay. Big up every single one of you. Do subscribe to the channel. Do smash that like button, please. And if you're new, do subscribe. Yeah, as I said, subscribe. I just said it. Look, this is what happens. You can't stop repeating yourself. You forget what you're saying. Sometimes. But obviously, I'm actually genuinely ecstatic that we've obviously signed Tierney down to a new contract. Long term as well. It's like I was saying to Colin last night. It does seem that we are doing the right thing as well. After years of not protecting our assets and letting them go for cheap and all that, we are able to sign these players. We are able to get these players to sign new contracts, and we're not letting them dictate and do what Ozil did and try and run his contract down, or what Mustafi tried to do and things like that. So on that side of it, well, hey, I can't. There's improvement there as it stands, but I want to see improvement. I want to see the improvement on the pitch now, and at the board level, in the sense of fucking Cronky pissing off. Listening to Ryan moan is quite funny. Oh, thanks. This is the thing about myself, and the reason I do this channel and all that, and I'm real with you. I'm genuinely real. I'm not gonna beat around the bush and say everything's rosy in the fucking garden and all that when things aren't. And that's in club level for Arsenal and at international level when it comes to England. I'm not gonna say and be blindly follow the fucking sheep to just fucking slaughterhouse for fuck's sake. I'm not like that. I'll be genuine and honest with you. And some people won't like that. Oh, you're too negative. Oh, you're too moany. Like, fuck off. Okay. Bah. Everything's okay, guys. Everything's fantastic. Nothing's wrong. We're winning league titles next season, yeah. We're going to be winning the league, and we're going to go Champions League in the following season. What am I saying is everything's wrong? Everything's fucking fantastic. I'm not that, as you know, guys. You know by now, I'm not like that. I'm not fake like that. I don't do things. I'm just not that. I'm just, as you said, I am real in that sense. I have a fucking level head on my soldier on my level head, basically. Fucking saliva, Jesus Christ. Hence why then you hear me moan a lot. If everything was look, if everything was good at Arsenal and obviously international level, I wouldn't have nothing to moan about. You'd be literally saying it's quite funny to see me fucking being happy and cheery and positive and all that bollocks. It will be a while to see that, but still. It's like you, Stefan, being an Ipswich fan, saying everything's rosy at Ipswich, we're fantastic, Championship, here we come for the 4th year running. I bet Charlie would actually. Oh dear. I've seen Pete for a couple of streams now actually. He wasn't in last night, he wasn't in earlier. He hasn't been in so far tonight. I think he's in hiding. He can't bloody banter my team or Arsenal in general. When his team doesn't even have a fucking manager. No one wants the fucking job. They want manage, possible manager number fucking 7 or 8, whatever it is now. Even Ryan Mason doesn't want the job. Even he's fucked off and gone, no, bye-bye, I'm out of here. So they can't even fall back on him now. At worst case scenario. Ledley King? That's no. Is it? Yeah. I'm assuming Ledley King hasn't left the club, has he? Well, you know, Ledley King, in Ledley King we trust. Well, hey, what could go wrong? Huh. Go on. Get in there, 1-1. It's got to be. Spain are complaining, but that's Lewandowski with the trademark header as well. Get in there, my boy. Spain are in trouble again, and I'm loving it. League One, actually. I said Championship, here we come. So, okay, you'll be get promoted from League One. Listen. Polish goal. Oh, dear. I think that sort of goal sort of merits a little visit from one of our channel regulars and fan favourites for you guys. This little beauty. Hey! And who can forget this one?
Oh, look at that! Joe, you got some food on your chest, mate. Maybe
yeah. Mate.
No.
Oh, you got to laugh. You don't laugh, you fucking cry. Oh, I think it merits that. Lewandowski. Said it. It'll be a threat. They'll take their chances tonight. Say that Spain in attack now. They're going to answer. Oh, fucking get rid of it. Fucking hell, bone a bit. Get your stay in defence. Jesus Christ. See, I'm happy now. I'm not even fucking Polish. There's no emotional affiliation for me in this. All glitch has been taken off. Okay. Understandably, he's on a booking. I've got no emotional attachment to this game. I'm actually happy that Spain are fucking getting the arse ended to them, basically. Oh, what's going on here? What is actually going on? '67th goal for Poland. Fucking hell. And how many games? Potential penalty for Spain. Oh, come on. It's going to be given, you know. The fact they're checking it, it's going to be given. Spain gave a penalty literally 60 seconds after going 1-1. This has been sent over to look. He's going to be given. For fuck's sake. When our old owner said he was going to get us out of the Championship, I didn't think it's going to be in League fucking League One, as the Kenya would say. I mean, come on, it's just a lazy. It wasn't. Oh, I don't know. It's going to be given. It's going to be. The fact they've sent the referee over to look at it, it's going to be given. Yeah, there we go. 3-2-1 penalty to Spain. And the Villarreal player that got it is going to take it as well, obviously. No way, they're not going to give them a match. They're not that stupid, surely. And the booking to add to the boot as well. Fucking hell. Just got back into the game. What the fuck? And he's just rushing all over the base. And that leads to that. Are you mad? And now the rest of the fucking Polish team are fucking kicking off at the ref now. Just need it. And the thing is, he's in goal. As Arsenal fans, we know he's not good at saving penalties either. Let's be honest. I think he saved one. That's Dirk Cow at Anfield, double save. Apart from that, I think every other penalty he's ever faced has gone in. And this is going in. I'm telling you, it's could be 2-1 Spain. For fuck's sake, UEFA. He missed it. He hit the post to beat the keeper. The keeper was Szczesny was nowhere near. He went the right way, but it was nowhere near it. And he hit the post, and it came in for a rebound, and Morata just hit it fucking into road 22,000, basically. Look at that. Did he actually get glove to that? No, he was nowhere near it. I was right. He was nowhere near. Went the right way. With all due respect, he went the right way, but it was nowhere near. Hit the post. Falls to fucking Morata. And Morata tries to do that little fucking shove dink thing and pass it into the goal. And he mishits it. It goes fucking that way. Like 20 yards that way. He's falls to fucking 20, as I said, 22,000 basically in the fucking stadium. Oh, another player's been booked now. It's it's literally kicking off now. Every foul that opponent are accused of committing, their players are getting booked. Since they've equalised, there's that ain't a booking. So the first offence as well. Just give him a warning. You don't have to book him straight away. Amazing what happens when I swear you. Oh God, you actually don't want Spain to go out, do they? Also in charge of opponent as well. Obviously, former Swansea manager, wasn't he? Co-manager of opponent. I mean, I think he managed Sheffield Wednesday at one point as well. That was the reason why he got the Swansea job when he did. Oh. Literally Spain has a form to brand up flyers now, trying to get players booked and penalties and all that crap. Yeah, Cardinal plays with Brighton. VAR hasn't made refs inconsistent. Game's heating up. This ref is going to lose the game. Yeah, I think he's already lost. I think the fact that what's happened, and again, most recently, the random free kick being given, the guy being booked in the middle of the park like that. I think he's completely lost it already. I think the next foul is going to be interesting, no matter who it's against, basically, and what he does with it, basically, if that makes sense. Let's face it, certain countries are liked and others aren't in international football yet. Well, there's also not just that; it's the fact that Spain been with the recent glories they had in the early, from 2008 2010 and 2012, respectively. Winning them three championships the way they did, and obviously they're now rebuilding, aiming to be back there one day, sooner rather than later in their eyes. But it doesn't look, as you said, UEFA now they're part of UEFA's favourites now. They don't want us financially. It doesn't do well going into the knockouts if the likes of a Spain aren't in the knockout rounds. If they get knocked out in the first knock-ins of the groups, then that doesn't look good for them either. It doesn't financially bode well for UEFA. They don't benefit anything good from it. Sorry for the earlier comment. Trying to concentrate on my writing at the same. No problem. Didn't offend me, so. It's either about the comment about me moaning, loving to hear me moan, or the granny normal comment of Taib. Either comment's fine with me. It wasn't offensive in any way, so I took no offence to either. I know Taib won't take no offence. I know the rest of the chat would have kicked off by now, basically, if that's the case. BBC, sort your fucking coverage out, for fuck's sake. Whilst we're waiting for this, one sec up there. This calms down a bit. Yeah, basically a quick shameless promotion here, but basically tomorrow I'm aiming to do 2 streams tomorrow, hopefully an Arsenal stream in the sense of a Arsenal transfer update show, live obviously with you guys, and so again I like doing the live stuff because I'm more interactive with you. I can interact with you guys in the moment itself and all that. I like doing all that. That's the reason most of my stuff on here is live. And obviously then 5 o'clock kickoff wise, so about 4:45 tomorrow afternoon, we'll be going live doing a double watch along. Not just covering one game, we're covering both games in the Group A for the final round of games in that group. Italy v Wales and Switzerland. I'm trying to think. Italy v Wales and Switzerland versus who was the other one? I actually can't remember now. Switzerland I fucking Wales played the other day as well. Fucking hell. But basically, yeah, we're going to cover both games in that group. Switzerland, who was it? Who else? They're just fucking beaten, for fuck's sake. I can't remember. Jesus Christ. Bear with me a second. Going to a fucking channel. That'd be easier. Jesus. Turkey, that's it. Switzerland v Turkey, Italy versus Wales. I'm literally covering both games. Italy v Wales on the main screen here, and then I'm going to have another setup where I'm going to have the Turkey versus Switzerland game on as well at the same time. And see what unfolds if Italy win the group or Wales, because implications are as it stands, even though Italy have qualified for the next round, Wales could still win tomorrow and win the group, and Italy would come second, and obviously Switzerland will be third because Turkey are obviously out. So there's implications. There's obviously the implications at the top of the 3 basically for top, who's going to finish top, or who's going to be second, and who's going to be third, and this, that, and the other. And the way things have panned out so far in this tournament, who becomes third in that group could be amongst the top 4 third place teams. So obviously you get a sort of what's the word? An idea of how the team that comes third are playing as well, and what they're going to look like going forward for the knockouts now, if they have a chance against the said opposition and all that. Yeah, Italy versus Wales, Switzerland, Turkey, says Stephen. Yeah. And Warren just woke up. I said, "Hi guys, just woke up and caught up." Yeah, no problem, mate. Hope you're all right as well. Not feeling too rough with the old COVID vaccine reaction crap. To be honest, apart from the 2 goals, you haven't missed much really. Obviously, I say that you obviously Spain did have a penalty after Lewandowski scored and equalised. Within 60 seconds, Spain went the other end attacked. VAR got involved. Penalty was given, and it was missed. And then Morata missed the rebound. He came flying in out of nowhere and missed the rebound. So saw the Spain goal, not offside. No, it wasn't. Because was it later on down, about 5 minutes later, UEFA started showing the screenshot of what they looked at from when the ball was literally leaving the player's boot and where Morata was at the same time. They said there's a still shot of that, and it was actually onside. It was only after the ball left that he strayed off, but obviously by then the pass had been made or shot, whatever it was. Any part of the body you can score with, apart from your hands, obviously. And yeah, Poland's goal, proper typical Lewandowski goal, something that, as I was saying, start the stream and even last night, we were talking about doing this watch along and all that. The way Spain have played in that first match, and with the players that Poland have at their disposal, they're going to be more clinical and take their chances, unlike Sweden, who are very young and inexperienced in that side of things and a bit rash, whereas Poland are more settled and established in this competition in the sense of being this their 4th Euros and all that, and they've got players like Lewandowski, as you're saying. And it's proved me right, literally. That's what I'm saying. Apart from the goals, we haven't really, in the penalty miss itself, we haven't actually missed much. The referee lost his head for a minute. Literally, from that moment of the penalty having to be given because he got sent over to get the screens and all that. And then about a couple of minutes later, it was booking players left, right, and centre for meaningless fouls as well. And this that night, for their first offence, there wasn't even like a yellow card offence and things like that. He sort of lost his head, sort of calmed down now. Oh, saying that now, fucking keeper, Szczesny, mate, seriously. Doing what Szczesny does best. No wonder fucking Juventus want to do it. But why does the fan base, like from the team I support, want this clown back at our club as number 1? When I'm seeing things like that, that's the fucking Superman and fucking still misses the ball. And he still misses it. And Warren's just saying he's just seen the penalty. He says he's not a pen. Even I honestly, you can go back and say, watch. I didn't think it was a pen. I thought it would be, but I knew the fact that they were looking at it, and then to rub salt in the wound, they sent the referee over to look at the screen. The second they sent the referee to go and look at the screen, I knew it was going to be given. Why is Traore not getting on? He doesn't play in La Liga, but clearly, because every player that's coming on, as far as I'm aware, is playing in La Liga, or has played. He hasn't played in La Liga at all, has he? Because obviously he has that Barca B and all that crap. I don't know, where did he come from? Because he obviously came from La Liga and initially got to Middlesbrough all them years ago as a youngster. And also, he's not the typical fucking Spaniard, is he? He's a brick house in their eyes. But then, why'd you pick him then? That's another question you got to ask Lewis Enrique. Why has he picked him? He's not going to fucking play him. What's the point? Got 20 minutes to go and it's still 1-1. Yeah, Celso was a bit. Yeah, he was as well. I remember watching him back nearly tail end of his career, but yeah. It says Mark saying Juve. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No wonder no wonder Juve want him gone. They don't want. Literally, he has not gone down well at Juve. He's replaced one of the best goalkeepers you're going to see of our generation, in Buffon, as number one. Talking of Troy, he's on the screen now, warming up. He just hasn't had the effect he was hoping for after his little stint at Roma. Ball comes in, punches it out. He had that initial burst of, he's a really good goalkeeper. Obviously, Roma did really well and all that. He kept fucking, what was it? Alisson Becker, obviously Liverpool's goalkeeper now at Bayern's number 2 and all that at the time. And then Juve fucking bought into it and fucking bought him. It was like, fucking, well, hey. But yeah. He hasn't had the desired effect at Juve since then. He hasn't hit the ground running, done nothing spectacular there. And yet, I'm literally on Twitter and all that, seeing people begging for Arsenal to bring him back to Arsenal. And I'm like, are you watching football? Do you know, do you know what's what in Italy? What's what with him and Juve? What's been happening? He hasn't improved. He is exactly the same, if not worse, when he left us. And you want him to come back? Are you that far gone in your acceptance of this downward spiral that you are accepting of mediocrity at our level now? No matter who it is, basically. If that's the case, if you want Szczesny back, we may as well just keep with Leno then. And be done with it. Solskjaer has Southgate's disease, slow tempo, possession-based waistcoats. But to be fair, I mean, the difference is, though, with Southgate, he has an entire squad's worth of players where he could genuinely win this tournament if he actually tried and had an attacking brain in his an attacking bit of mentality in his brain cell, basically, to get the best out of these players. But he doesn't. Whereas obviously Salsa's got lots of Lewandowski, but he hasn't got an entire squad's worth of players where you could say, oh no, you know what, they could go all the way here, and things like that. So he's utilising what he has at his disposal, whereas Southgate's just been a fucking idiot. Fucking computer's doing his nutting, Stephen. And ponies are kicking the shit out of Spain. Yeah, and I love to see it. You know, I'm loving to see it. And again, I don't know if you saw one of what's gone back and watched when Pony D crossed. I actually celebrated. I was actually genuinely happy that Pony had scored against Spain. And you go and see when Spain scored. I was like, yeah, Spain scored, great, fantastic, cool. Moving on. Would love Poland to get something. And you know what, they could. And this is again, it's still a way to go. 15 minutes, just over 15 minutes to go plus injury time. But looking at how Slovakia have played so far in 2 games themselves, that's not going to be an easy game either for Spain. So realistically, they need to win this and have to take forward some momentum into that final game early next Wednesday or Thursday, whenever it is. Oh dear. No, I fucking not. I'm pissed. The thing is, because if they were to draw this or lose, they'd either be going into the last game with 1 point or 2 points, obviously, as it stands. If they don't win this, there's no guarantee they're going to be, in that case, obviously, depending on what happens with Slovakia, they'll then definitely have to win that, or there's no way they'll fall into the top 4 third-place teams, and they could be knocked out that way if they even finish third. We're going to love to see it. Go Slovakia, says one. As I said, I'll be not just doing the double watch along tomorrow in the sense of 2 games on one stream tomorrow. I'm going to be doing it for every group now. until obviously it's over during the week, like Wednesday, Thursday, and whenever it is. I'll put the phone in a sec. Actually, bear with me. My pins have must get feeling back in my foot because I've kept it still for quite a while. And one foot's just gone asleep completely, so I can't even move because if I move, it's going to go boom. Every tournament, someone blows up. Spain, possibly. And Taib says it's not Spain after past. Oh, no, I know that, mate. Again, if you've watched this, you've not just watched this stream, but if you watched the previous stream against Sweden and all that, I've said that this ain't the Spain of years gone, of the previous years, the early years, and all that. But you don't expect them to blow out back-to-back tournaments, surely. And Spain got lucky there. Poland on the cup. What got on the counter there? Oh, bloody hell. Oh, dear. See, that's the point. I actually do need to look into that, actually. I think to myself there. I'm talking out loud. First sign of insanity. Well, many signs of insanity, actually, but still. Brits and Irish Lions tour starting up, so I need to find the dates out for when that starts. I know, again, the actual test games between the Brits and Irish Lions and South Africa should and probably will pummel us because we've got I don't know why it is with the powers that be that have given Warren Gatland the job for a third time in a row. Why? Oh, did win in Australia? Yeah, we won that one. Fantastic. We move on now. Went to we've got to draw in New Zealand. When New Zealand are their lowest at the time, they weren't exactly all fucking conquering New Zealand then. They're sort of preparing for the World Cup just in that prepare mode. They weren't exactly on full firing all cylinders basically. And it gets a draw over the tie basically, the test series or whatever you can call it. And then you go back and give him this time. And what did he do? Oh, you must have a Welsh captain again. Oh, but the previous one's retired, so I'm going to put the captain I have of Wales. Again, they've given the coaching role to a man that has a bias towards one particular country because he coached them for the last two test series that we've had against Australia and New Zealand respectively. He was the Wales manager. He picked his captain for Wales as the captain for the Brits and Irish Lions in Sam Warburton. He's done it again. We're going and then when Jones the captaincy. When literally apart from this, a bit scrappy there. Hold on to the ball, Chesney. Ain't that hard. But yeah, literally apart from the last couple of months where they obviously won the Six Nations this year, last year they were fucking awful. And it was last year when I think now. But last year they finished fucking bottom of the fucking. They literally finished below Italy in the fucking Six Nations once it was concluded and all that. They were that bad. Obviously, they came back and everyone else has fallen off a fucking cliff. And they came back and won the Six Nations where they did. Didn't win the Grand Slam. They just won the title. What's that? Get rid of it, you idiot. And again, what pisses me off was when these managers have that sort of that bias. They're currently managing one of the home nations, and they have a bias towards that team. Obviously, the majority of the players he's picked are from that fucking country. It's like, I mean, to be fair, this time around he has actually picked a few more than the one standard Scotsman. He's actually picked about 5. That's good save. About 6 or 7 Scotsmen, I think, and rightfully so. I mean, Scotland have been on the up in terms of rugby, but the thing is, I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, because it's something different, because it's so unique in itself and all that. I do want to put something like rugby top as well. Actually, think of it, but I obviously want to find the dates out when it starts. I'll be watching all the test games and the little friendlies in between. And then anything decent in the Olympics I'll watch as well before the season starts. And try and fit in, obviously, Arsenal pre-season games on this channel. Previews and reviews and the actual match itself. At 1st of July. Okay. To August 7th. Oh, that's good. That's cool. So that's tours for the end of about a week or so this ends. That's cool. But yeah, I fully expect South Africa, because they are world champions as well. If they hadn't won the World Cup in 2019, if they hadn't won that final, and obviously England won it, I don't think South Africa would have the recovery mentality-wise to win this tour. But I think them being world champions and having that mentality now of having that name tag and being one of the best, arguably the best team in the world at the moment, they will fucking come for us and they will destroy us. And Warren Gatland as a coach will not have the answers to it. I mean, I sort of have a slight bias as well towards South Africa in the sense of their head coach was literally before that the head coach of Munster, team in Ireland basically that I support. But yeah, he was a head coach there, and they literally halfway through the season, club season, came and poached him from us, and obviously since then he went on to fix things there, and obviously they won the World Cup the way they did. And you know what, that's off to him. What job he's done there? Because again, like bit like when Mancini went in Italy, South Africa weren't exactly singing in all cylinders, basically, so to say, and putting up trees. And I will say that. So again, how many chances does Spain fucking need? I mean, Szczesny's now down holding his arms. That's shoulder pad. Because fucking Morata fucking took his arm off. But yeah, as I was saying, the South Africa head coach has done a fantastic, since he'd obviously left Munster, because he was doing a fantastic job at Munster. Fucking hell. We were competing he was on the verge of competing. I think if he stayed that season, if he was able to finish off that season with us, we would have won the European trophy. The Champions League equivalent of the Champions League, basically, in rugby. We'd have won that again for the third time. And won the domestic title as well. And then, but yeah, he's gone off there. As I said, pretty similar to what we've seen in Italy. We've seen of Italy in the football side of things, where they were and all that. When Mancini took over, it's similar to where he's taken over. Where he took over at South Africa, they weren't exactly playing also cleaning up trees and this, that, and the other. They were getting battered by New Zealand every time, in Australia as well. Even Argentina gave him a fucking good eye at one point. And yeah, he's come in and literally out of nowhere got that World Cup. Even after, because again on this channel I did a watch song for that opening, not the opening game. Obviously, it was the first game of their group against New Zealand, and they just narrowly lost. But the way they played, you didn't think that they were going to go all the way. You thought they would get quarterfinals at least, but nothing further than that. They got all the way to the final. And you know what? In the final, they fucking turned up. They didn't let the occasion get to them. They fucking played the game and fucking deserved it. And since then, they've gone on to the next level. And so that's why I think literally, the British and Irish Lions are on for a good hiding in this Test series coming. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a whitewash. Got 5 minutes to go, by the way, in this game. It's still 1-1. I mean, Spain, as I said, there's been a couple of chances in the last 10 minutes where literally it's spread out, obviously, where Spain have had the ball in the box and literally all we've got to do is beat Szczesny. It's just scrappy as fuck. Szczesny's having a mare, says one in the chat. So Wenger loves Szczesny. He believed in his abilities. I think that's more so down to the fact that obviously Szczesny came in and hit the ground running. So not hit the ground running, but hit the ground running to an extent. At a time when he needed someone to step up, because obviously Fabianski was constantly getting fucking. Was it Almunia got injured, got a long-term injury, and then obviously Fabianski came in. Fabianski was doing well actually. Omerta's just gone off. He ain't happy. Fabianski came in that season, obviously that then to replace Almunia as number one at the time, doing fantastic. And then he got injured around January time, didn't he? Was it January? Late January time? Early Feb? And it just went, and then literally Szczesny was just there. Like, he had to use him, couldn't get, because he was part of the first team on the first team list bollocks. We had to actually use him. And results like the 2-1 win over Barcelona, and he was in goal for that, kind of helped his case. And then once Almunia and Fabianski came back, they were effectively the understudies to him. He was number one then. Even though he didn't get the number one jersey until 2 seasons later. He went from, was it 53 when he came in, and he went to 13. The next season he was number one, but he had the number 13 jersey. Because we had Almunia on the books, we didn't sell him. And then once Almunia left, then he got number one, the actual number one jersey itself. The weird random things I remember. Obviously, pre-season will be interesting in this channel, trust me, as well. Going back to the football side of it, going away from rugby for a second, but football itself is going to be interesting in this, in terms of the Arsenal's pre-season, the games we've got coming up against the Hibernian Rangers, and possibly, again, it's not been confirmed again, the pre-London tournament, pre-season London tournament we're going to be possibly doing. Again, it's not been confirmed. Rumoured to be playing that lot down the road at their Gav, Chelsea, and another team, basically. The Emirates Cup, it's rumours that the Emirates Cup's going to happen, and if that does go ahead, we're going to fucking have the likes of Atletico and a couple of others take part over the weekend event. He's going back to being a weekend event. Whee! But again, with everything that's going on, they can't confirm nothing until the government say, yay, you can have fans in for test events and all that bollocks, at a set number, all that bollocks, before the season starts. Otherwise, imagine fucking having Premier League games being used as test events because the fucking government aren't doing things like they're meant to be doing in the first place. Because they made some rules up during the summer. Pre-season against Scots. Oh, yep. You got start our pre-season up in Glasgow and Hibernian, respectively. Then coming back down. Also, don't forget, saying that, talking about them two possible, the Emirates Cup and the London pre-season bollocks. So that's taking place. That could be taking place. Sorry. Then we've also chucked in a pre-season tournament over in fucking Florida, for fuck's sake. In a pandemic. Make of that what you will. And we got was it Inter Milan and someone else as part of that pre-season tournament bollocks. Oh, there's Poland on the attack. Oh, he's fluffed it. The fucker fluffed it, you token idiot. I'm telling you, Spain don't win this, they are not qualifying for the next round. And that's literally, was it the last World Cup they fluffed? No, Germany was the last World Cup. There'll be 2 tournaments out of 4 would have been knocked out the group stage. Since obviously, so I'm trying to think now. Bear with me a second. So was it 2008, 10, and then 2012 was the Euro. And then, so from 2014 till now, if they get knocked, they've got 5 more minutes by the way, so it's been added on. So if they get knocked out of this at the group stage here, that'd be 4 tournaments being played. 2 of them they would have been knocked out at the group stage. If I'm correct. If they obviously get knocked out of this, I mean, at the group stage, I mean. Don't start with all the bloody Sturgeon monarchy again. Jesus Christ. Don't need that tonight. No. We'll save the Sturgeon banter and the cranky Jimmy Cranky banter for Tuesday night when Colin's back on, okay? Oh dear. If things go away, obviously. Otherwise they're fucked. Mark in the chat saying no Traore again. Yeah? It's got to be the most obvious thing of he doesn't play La Liga, so I don't know what he's really capable of, so I can't play him. It'd be something stupid. If that's the case, you ask the question then. If that's the case, well, hang on, why do you fucking pick the fucker then? What was the fucking point of wasting that spot then? And how pissed would he be actually being picked for Spain for the Euros the way he has been, and then literally not actually get a game in at all, a single second of Euro international football to his name. A bit halfway up the pitch. Just didn't work out, did it? Okay, no. Also, if you haven't already, guys, do smash that. I keep saying it. Do smash that like button and do subscribe if you're new as well. And again, grab a link to the channel, not just the link to the stream, and do share it around on your social medias like your Facebook, Facebook Messenger, Twitter, like in WhatsApp groups, and all that jazz. Instagram, if you've got Instagram as well. Discord, if you're on a Discord. Just share the hell out of it as much as possible, and obviously the people will then come. Compound has held on. Well, hopefully, let's say that. Don't get rid of it. Just under 2 minutes left. My end. In the 93rd minute, at a possible 5. Then again, if I could fucking drag it out to Spain do score, that's a concerning thing actually. Also, Warren, I don't know if you know, but Portugal lost earlier 4-2 to Germany. Germany, in the attacking sense, Germany fucking tore Portugal a new one. It was only literally in the last, I say, 7 to 8 minutes. No, say that. Say 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes of the game, where Germany looked a bit shaky in defence. Apart from that, they were solid as a rock, and they gave fucking, as I said, gave Portugal a good hiding. But it's still up for grabs though, because I was looking at the group tables obviously come up now with Germany having 3 points now. They're still all 4 spots are up for grabs in the sense of if Germany go into that game against Hungary and Hungary do what they did for the last 2 games and get in the faces and give Germany a game, basically. If Hungary can nick a win, they would have 4 points. They will finish above Germany and finish 3rd, and Germany would be knocked out. And obviously, top spot between Portugal and France is going to go down to the last game as well, with France just edging it by a point as we speak. So it's all played for. It'll be interesting into that group. Is that it? We burn the whistle. There we go. Spain are in big trouble. Luis Enrique could be getting sacked in the morning come Thursday, whatever it is, when they next play. Literally 2 points out of 6 for Spain. Again, we know it's not the Spain of years gone by, but fucking hell, they shouldn't be struggling like this. With all due respect. And their opponent having a nice little group huddle in the middle of the pitch, entire of all the bench players and everything else. But yeah, they should be struggling at 2 points out of 6. I think they're bottom of the group then. I think. Or they're just holding on to third by a point. The group is to come up in a minute. I'll wait till the group comes up before I end the stream. One sec. One says, "Yay, Poland!" Oh, then there's a mention of Melvin's dungeon again. Oh God. Let's see this group then. Come on, let's see the group standings going into the last game. They've got to play Slovakia. As I said, Slovakia are not going to be an easy feat for Spain. Going by how Slovakia have played in these opening 2 games, I think Slovakia qualified now. I think. Don't hold me to that. Actually, no, they won the first game. I can't remember the last game. But anyway, Spain are in big trouble, huge trouble. And as I said, that could mean Luis Enrique losing his job. And after all the rigmarole of fucking him being rehired and what went off there, what fucking idiots do the Spanish FA look now, don't they? Karma's a wonderful thing. If you know what happened, you know. Yeah, karma's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Big up to the Poland players, by the way. They're all literally, and the manager have all gone over to where the section where the Poland fans are in the stadium there and thanking them basically for their support, rightfully. And the Spain fans are just there, literally deject, void of any sort of enthusiasm. Even more so, Lewandowski's gone over the advertising boards and literally walking towards the actual fans because of the distance between the pitch and all that, and start telling them to make some more noise and thanking them and all that. I think that's cool. It's some little things that you think that means a lot to the fans. That appreciation of acknowledgement of what the sacrifice they make as well, especially in these times and all that. Just want to behave yourself. You would fancy it, don't lie, Dave. I don't know what's going on in the chat. I'm literally talking to myself, looking at the screen. I don't even know what's going on in the chat now. What fucking Melvin's dungeon's been mentioned in Sturgeon, and I don't even want to know. I really don't. So does this fucking group, seriously. Usually break your necks. Oh, because it's Spain, we can't do that because it might offend them. Off. Oh, they're very concerned, aren't they? They're not showing their group. Here we go. Is this it? Here we go. Oh, no, okay, no one's qualified. Sweden are top on 4 points. Slovakia got 3. Spain are on 2. Poland on 1. And Sweden play Poland. This is on Wednesday. Sweden beat Poland at St. Petersburg. And Slovakia versus Spain. It's Sevilla again. So literally, Spain literally have to win to give themselves a chance. Well, basically, they wouldn't get second, but in the sense of they can't be caught by Poland, basically, if Poland win, is what I'm trying to say as well. So for Poland to have a chance to qualify themselves, they have to now go and beat Sweden. Poland got a good, again, with Lewandowski in your team, you've always got a fucking chance to beat anyone. And Sweden, as we said, they are in that group at the moment, they are a young team. The fact they're in the position they're in is, they're just snapped anyone's hand off at the time. But what was it? So Poland beat them. They get 4 points. They'll be level on points with Sweden, and then it comes down to what happens in the Spain-Slovakia game. It could. I'm trying to think now. It could finish if Spain was to be a draw. Would have 3 teams on 4 points, and one of them not being Spain. And Spain would be out, and obviously then it would be Sweden, Slovakia, and Poland first, second, and third, respectively. Putting on goal difference, obviously, and all that crap. More saying in the chat, many groups nowhere near settled. And Mark saying as well, if Poland win and Spain draw, Spain go out. Yeah, Poland win 1-0 against the. What do you mean Poland? As I say, Spain win 1-0 against Slovakia. What's it? 1-0. Oh, and then Poland are going home is what you mean. So Slovakia winning 1-0. Spain beating Slovakia 1-0 would obviously send Poland home. But it doesn't even guarantee that Spain win the group. Because obviously the goal difference is crap as well. So they're just set for second. Which could mean about even worse implications for them going forward into the knockout rounds and all that. But I was just saying, literally, there's no guarantees Slovakia will give Spain. Spain have struggled against two of the weakest teams in the group, with all due respect, in the sense of Sweden and then Poland, apart from Lewandowski and a few mentioned players we know of. They're not an all swashbuckling team like you would see in the late stages, like the Poland. Part of, like you had France's, you had Germany's, you had Portugal's, you had England's to an extent. And even Scotland will fucking beat Spain at this moment in time. And that's no disrespect to Scotland, and kind of do not take offence to that. But I'm just saying, even Scotland will beat this Spain squad because of how weak they are. They're not. They just lack everything you come to expect with Spain nowadays. Poland and Slovakia win, Spain go home. Yep. Yes, Poland. Imagine that. Poland, Spain getting knocked out, coming fourth in a group like the group they're in, and Sweden, Slovakia, and Poland comfortably as well finish above them. As I said, Luis Enrique will be. If that's the case, if that happens on Wednesday, he'll be sacked within half an hour of the full-time whistle going. I guarantee it. The fact that he went balls deep and went, you know what, I'm not taking a single Real Madrid player into this squad as well for the Euros. He was already risking it as it is with the Spanish media and the Spanish itself. So the fact to then go ahead into a tournament like that with that, and then struggle the way they struggled and be like this, isn't a good look. And the Spanish FA wise will panic, press the panic button, and he will be gone, and there'll be a reset all over again, and the inquiry into what went wrong and all that crap. Rio Ferdinand is a shit. Of course, fucking done that for fucking years and that, mate. He's only a pundit because he did work at Man United, so because he was part of a successful Fergie era, God forbid. Everyone fucking respects what he has to say. Oh, he must be great at what he has to know what he talk about at a footballing level. He was part of the great Fergie era and like the late Fergie era and that crap. Like, fuck off. The guy talks bollocks. Or if you don't like it, if you don't like how the clubs run, why don't you come together as a fan base and buy it off the owner? If it was that easy, everyone will fucking do it. Fucking idiot. So he's effectively mocking the fan base and the club that you meant to have as well, Man United, because Man United fans don't like fucking or love the Glazers. So effectively, you're telling Man United fans then to suck it up or come together and buy the club. The mindset of the fucking idiot. Oh dear. But yeah, that's what you get with a fucking cokehead, allegedly. It's all absolute bullshit. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to go now, get some rest up for tomorrow. Prepare the thumbnails. I'm actually going to get literally the streams will all be up. The stream for the double watch along tomorrow will be up and running in the next half an hour up to an hour. I've just got to sort the thumbnail out, and obviously there's the stream up and all that crap. So as soon as you come back, you guys see the stream up and ready to go. Do smash the smash that like button quickly and turn on the reminder just in case you don't get a notification like you normally would, basically, just in case, just to double your chances, basically, of getting told when I go live, basically. So don't miss a second. I do want to say a massive thank you to Warren, Stefan, Mark, Green, Mark, the other Mark as well. Russ popped in as well, all the regulars, basically. Big up yourselves, and hope to see you all tomorrow. As I said, we're going live about 4:45 tomorrow for Italy versus Wales, Switzerland versus Turkey at the same time. 2 games in 1. And yeah, Warren, if you're feeling better, if you want to come along, you can just let me know and I'll send you a link. But yeah, just first and foremost, look after yourself first, obviously. Put your health before anything else, obviously, and tell you. But I said everyone, I did say all the regulars tell you, don't worry. I covered myself. Great show, Ryan. Catch you tomorrow. Yeah, no problem. Great show, mate. Take care, everyone. Yeah, as I said, I'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully, Steph, I'll see you tomorrow as well. But yeah, I'm going to do all that. Put my fucking Burkamp thing back up. Hope it stays up this time for good. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, you've liked this watch along, you've enjoyed the discussions we've had back and forth, the interaction I have with the chat and regulars of the channel and all that, the way I do subscribe. It literally takes a brief second to press the red button, then hit the like button as well, and share the content around. It literally, you can share it on your Twitter, WhatsApp groups. Trying to think now, bear with me. Facebook Messenger, Facebook, Discord, Instagram, you name it. Just share that. Get the hell out of it. And the more new faces, the more people you share it with, the more chance of getting new faces on as well, and growing the channel family even quicker and hitting 2K before the end of the tournament, smashing that target, because that is still the target in place between now and the end of the final whistle of the Euro 2020 final. I would like to have hit the 2,000 subscriber mark, and obviously then we then reassess and set a new target, obviously. But I do want to hit that target as soon as possible, obviously, and I can't do that without your guys' help as well. So if you can do any little thing you can do to help, I'll massively appreciate it as always. And until then, I'll see you tomorrow.